Guys, super excited to have our guest in here today. His name is Marquay Belcher. He was here last week, too, and quite a few other times.
Yes, I'm a guest. Let's see. I had a show a while ago, and then I just said, I'm not cool enough.
Hello.
I'm cool enough.
Yeah, you watch it. Well, that's up for debate.
Yeah, let's the jury's still out on that. I really like having a camera right in my face right here.
I know.
I could just look right into it and get all.
The best part is it automatically goes between camera and camera anytime you talk, so it's just going to be bumping right into your face.
Oh, that's an automated thing? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, thanks for having me on the show, Blaise.
Oh,
it's
anytime.
pretty awesome. Or Rascal, or...
Open invite, whatever you want to call me. We'll see. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it up here. You watched the T-Wolves last night?
You know what? I wish I could say that I did, but I got out of basketball quite a while ago, and I just haven't been able to bring myself back into it. The Timberwolves are doing phenomenal, I hear.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Maybe.
I watched it, and then they were up by 30, and I was like, I'm going to watch a show about people murdering people and figure out who the killer is.
Yeah, yup. Well, that's probably got a surprise ending, whereas the Timberwolves, 30 points is a hard lead to give up.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to score, at least 15 unanswered baskets to get back from 30 points.
Yeah. Now that's mathin'.
Well, I did graduate summa cum laude from second grade, so I'm pretty sure my math skills are on par with Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. After the CTE.
Man.
Dude, when did you get out of basketball?
Geez, to be honest, it was, let's see, so probably around 2004, 2005. It was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant still played, obviously.
Kobe Bryant still breathed.
Still breathed. Yep. Geez, he was basically an electrifying figure. LeBron James, I remember actually probably about the time I stopped watching.
Yeah.
I was watching footage of LeBron James walking out of, and Carmelo, I think it was Carmelo Anthony was another straight out of high school player.
Yeah.
But I was watching LeBron James leave his high school talking about joining the NBA and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think I was in 8th grade then. I was still a little bit into that, but not too much. I think, well, for the listener out there, I think I told you this before, Marquay, but this is not a bad story. When I was ball boy for the Timberwolves.
Great story. I know exactly what's up.
So I was ball boy for the Timberwolves. I got it through my brother-in-law working for U.S. Bank and sponsoring them or whatever.
Okay.
And yeah, so I got to be ball boy. I thought that the whole job of ball boy was strictly to just pass the balls back as they're shooting around.
Oh, no, they got much more to do.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo that you do other things, and I showed up late. So ball boys, if you're unaware, as I was, also have to, take towels and wipe up where people fall. They need to get people water. They need to do a bunch of things. I didn't do any of those. I sat on the corner. I'd pass the ball back with the KG and whoever's side I was on at that time, and then just had this towel sitting over my shoulder like a cool 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And then Wally Zerbiak fell down in the middle of the court as I can't even pay attention as I'm there. I was looking at, I don't know, someone eating pretzels and wish that I had them.
Yep.
Wally Zerbiak fell on the floor. I didn't see where he fell. The guy in charge yells, "You need to go wipe up where Wally fell." First name basis.
Right.
I don't know if I can even go on the court. Surprise, I'm allowed. I just walked to a spot that's not anywhere where Wally Zerbiak fell. It was out of bounds, and I just started wiping the ground. The dude's like, "No," over by the free throw line. I was just looking at the man. walking on different parts of the court and just wiping
where
there's nothing wet until
his level of anger is getting lower and lower. And
yeah.
you're like, okay, this must be the spot because he's smiling now.
Yeah, I didn't even get to the spot. Actually, he yelled at me and he's like, "Just get that off the court."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "They're coming back." I'm like, "Okay." They actually just dunked over me. No, but there's a poster of just me under a guy
holding a towel.
Me under Sam Cassell just getting wrecked.
Knee to the face.
But yeah, so there I was just getting like demoralized by a man that was in charge of 14-year-old boys.
Yeah, but that guy, you have to if we could take a deep dive for a second into that guy, he's calling professional basketball players by their first name. He's yelling at 14-year-olds. Like, he's got some things going on. Like, somebody was yelling at him.
That is
you know
true.
How they stuff rolls downhill.
I didn't get it wiped up. So like, what if they would have came down and just slipped on his sweat, just fracture through the leg, breaks the skin.
Fracture. Boom.
That's what I was looking for. Dude, actually, that would be an even better story. That I would be like, dude, it'd be funny if it was Wally Zerbiak too. So he broke his own leg on his sweat. And it was my fault.
Well, listen, I've had plenty of basketball shoes. I used to love to play basketball. I guess I still do love to play,
Yeah.
But if there was a little bit of wetness on the court or inside, like, I don't remember anybody ever slipping from moisture on the court.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's fallen down, like, that's a testament. If Wally Zerbiak got a compound fracture while on your watch of wiping it down, but you didn't wipe it down and he slipped in the sweat pool there.
Yep.
If he was wearing a Reeboks, I would use that as a Nike campaign. I'd say, hey, look at this. Reebok can't even get their stuff together for slipping on. Wally Zerbiak's out for 6 weeks because of you, Reebok. Thanks, Reebok.
Yeah.
And then they just...
Oh, dude, yeah, that would be crazy. We're also in the middle of the story. We could have you move back to this area, actually, because every time it's going to camera 2, it's just shooting at that board because you're taking the mic from camera 2.
Well, we can adjust the cameras,
we could.
too.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Anyway, you keep doing that as I keep telling the story. So not only did I almost break Wally Zerbiak's whole career, Reggie Miller, I was sitting on the Pacers side then.
This is the part.
Reggie Miller, legend, Hall of Famer, Regiment Miller.
Regiment. Wasn't it 11 points in 9 seconds or something like that?
It was super quick, and I forget who they were playing. We'll figure that out in a second.
Also, love Reggie Miller. First time I saw him, I thought he was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
He looked more like a skinny shred. Yeah, I guess he does look like a turtle without his shell.
I was like, oh, poor guy. He has no shell on his back, but he's got a Pacers jersey.
Yeah, that is. He scored 8 points in 9 seconds.
Is that what it was? 8. I've been embellishing this story for years. Like, dude, he scored 36 points in 2 seconds.
It's just as crazy. 15 baskets unanswered.
Unanswered baskets.
Dude, but yeah, Reggie Miller, I'm sitting on the edge of Reggie Miller's, of the Pacers bench. Reggie Miller looks at me and goes, "Hey, boy," and I was like, this is how I know that I'm making it. Reggie Miller is calling me boy.
Yep.
Tells me to come over there. It's the fourth quarter in an exhibition game, so he's not playing. Hands me his size, I don't know,
46.
47 shoe. Yeah. It's just like, hey, you see those Pacers fans up there? I did not see the Pacers fans up there. they all, dude, the Pacers fans, they're all wearing the same color as the Timberwolves fans.
Okay.
Because that's all blue and white.
Yep.
Like, there's some yellow on the Pacers jerseys, but like back then, if they're both wearing the white jerseys, it's nothing.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't see them. He goes, they're right there, and points up in the crowd. And I go, Yeah, I don't see them. And I do this like 4 times. He grabs me by the neck and waves his fingers about 3 centimeters in front of my eyes. Cusses. He's like, "Are you blind, boy?" And you can fill in the blank what he was saying. And I was like, "No, Mr. Miller." And he was like, "Just walk up the stairs and you just give those shoes to the first Pacers fans you see." Dude, I walked up the stairs so timid, like looking back at Reggie Miller, and he was just looking at me with like, "This is the dumbest kid." Then I handed these shoes to the couple. I found a Pacers fan, gave it to him. I'm like, "These are from Reggie." The guy was like, "Okay, thank you."
He's like, "Do you have a plastic bag to put them in so I can?" They smell kind of funky.
These smell like a turtle's shoes. Dude, Reggie Miller, thinking about that, he's the guy who's like halfway is attractive, but halfway is not.
Wait, Reggie Miller?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm no judge, but I wouldn't put Reggie Miller on the attractive side of the scale.
Who do you think like the top 5 most unattractive NBA players are?
Oh man, that's tough to say.
Dude, number 1 might be Sam Cassell, because Sam Cassell legitimately looked like an alien.
Sam Cassell? I was gonna...
Dude, there's no way he's not number 1. He looks like... Dude, there's a lot of people that they say that looks like the sloth from Ice Age.
Yep,
Sam
I see what you're saying.
Cassell's
Yeah.
slothy alien boy.
Mm-hmm. Let's look up... not Akeem Olajuwon. Was he the one I'm thinking of?
Oh, Manute Bol.
Manute Bol. Well, he wasn't... Manute Bol had this lanky...
His body is just so funny. He also, dude, he looks like Slender Man.
Yeah. Also, fun fact about Manute Bol, he beat up William the Refrigerator Perry from the defensive line.
Really?
Like, beat him up. It was pretty... Like, they used to do this thing called celebrity boxing.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it was Manute Bol versus William the Refrigerator Perry, number 72, rest in peace. But, yeah, Manute Bol's arms are just so long.
I was gonna say,
there's no way, like, if Will, we're on first name basis. If the fridge, that's what we used to call him in our house, the fridge. If the fridge just hit him once, it would have folded him in half. Just from the energy it took, like, bang, hitting somebody with that much mass who has no mass would have just folded him in half. But he could not connect. Not one single blow, and he just kept getting tap right in the face.
Yeah, he would get the whole, like, Manute Bol could do the thing where you just hold a guy by the head, no matter how big they are.
Every time he got close, he was just like, bow, like, ow, my nose.
You know, Manute Bol has a kid who plays in the NBA now, and his name is Bol. Like, it's just his last name and his first name, BOL space BOL.
Some cultures do that. They have their last name as their kid's first name. It's like
but as you keep the last name, that'd be like you naming your kid Belcher.
Yeah, I'd do it.
That's a sweet last name.
That's a sweet last name. Oh dang, what was the George Foreman where he's like,
he has like 5 kids named
George. Sorry, I got a hiccup there. He has 5 kids named George.
Oh, dude, here's another ugly NBA player. I think it's pronounced Jorge Muresan.
Oh man,
GheorgheMuresan. He looks like he got hit in the face with a few times while he was boxing.
Oh wow, that's a basketball player. I remember that guy.
He was 7'7".
Yeah, dude, he was ridiculous. But yeah, it's funny because like if you look at him in his younger years, he doesn't. Like, it's not fair to look at the picture of him now because he grew into ugliness.
They took a real bad one. He looks like a Nazi soldier.
The picture I'm looking at right now, he looks like James and the Giant Peach Giant.
He looks like the peach.
Now I got to look up, okay, Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem the Dream.
That is true. A 20-year-old...
Nah, Hakeem wasn't so bad.
No.
Who am I thinking of then? Patrick Ewing? Can we put Patrick Ewing on there? Now let's.
I don't think Patrick Ewing was that bad looking.
All right. Well, let's.
Who's that? Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, dude, unibrow boy.
Oh man,
they sold unibrows as his merch when he was playing.
His merch was a unibrow.
That's you're not doing well with your face when people sell distinct attributes of it.
Dude, man, see, that's how they're looking it up. Like the phones are looking it up. I just typed in UNI and it said unibrow NBA player.
They're listening, man.
Oh my gosh, this can't be real.
Yeah. They said he was just going to keep it. Like, I remember when he went from the NCAA to the NBA. I was going to say WNBA.
Well, Anthony, there's a tweet here where it says time for a little change, and he's about to shave the middle of his. That unibrow is haunting. Like,
Dude,
I've seen
crazy.
unibrows, and they're not so bad, but there's a couple pictures where it almost looks cartoonish.
Yeah, dude.
I guess I never even realized that. I mean, I probably did, but I never really.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. There was someone that was live streaming the WNBA game, like Caitlin Clark's first
Oh yeah.
one, because they don't put it on like national television.
Yeah, isn't that weird? You'd think that'd be a thing.
It's kind of weird. And they also are a subsidiary of the NBA, so it seems like they would still put it on there, especially with.
Maybe, I mean, I don't know how much it costs to broadcast a game to get them to play. Well, the games are just commercials to get you to watch the commercials. So maybe they didn't think enough people would watch.
Yeah.
Because NBC or the NBA has to pay them to have it on there.
Yeah.
Like their schedule.
That's why there's advertising on the jerseys and such now too.
Yeah.
But someone was live streaming the WNBA game, and the coach for one of the teams was like, he should get paid $3 for every person watching like the NBA games. I'm like, that's stellar way to, like, you could have gave him $3 and just been like,
you could have just sent him $3 because you're the only one watching. No, I'm just kidding.
It got 400,000 views. Okay.
Oh, of course.
If that's the deal, I'm gonna start live streaming those games.
Well, you can't because you're not under license for showing the NBA. The NBA is open. Like, there's no licensing fees. You could just broadcast
Open source it.
Yeah. Thanks. I needed.
Dude, you have. Wait, keep going.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about Caitlin Clark. I mean, I'm excited to see where the game goes, but I mean, there's been phenomenal players in basketball on both sides either way. But I don't think anybody except for when Michael Jordan and maybe it's just because of like the age thing too. I can't think Cheryl Swoops.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of WNBA players that I think are phenomenal.
It's the dunking. It's 100% the dunking.
Was Caitlin Clark couldn't dunk?
No, she's white.
That's the reason. Not because she's 5'6". I'm just kidding. I think she's like 6 feet tall at least, but I don't know her stats. You think that the people watch the NBA because of dunking? You think if the WNBA they could dunk
if there was good dunking, I bet it would increase it 1,000,000 times.
Okay, let me ask you this: what if it was like cartoonish, like the Harlem Globetrotters?
Then it'd be even.
And then like they toss it up, like some of those things they do in the NBA, where they're like no look passing and like. I think the WNBA is good for. Like, shooting threes, fundamentals, good basketball, but like
it's good. It's good fundamental basketball.
It's gotten out of line.
But you know what we want to see? Travels and sick dunks.
Yeah. I want to see somebody take 4 steps, pass it to their teammate who's already in the air, looking at them. Somehow their shoes are on fire.
Yeah,
and they put it in the basket.
I want to see someone stick it in their jersey. Punch the basketball so that it flies out their pants and goes to someone else. And that's what you get with the NBA. NBA is just the Harlem Globetrotters now.
That, also, did you see the Harlem Globetrotters when they were in town? I've seen them
before
15 times. Maybe not that many times. Either way, they never miss.
It is insane.
And I always wondered, like, why aren't these guys, like, they're traveling the country for maybe $70,000 a year each, when there's got to be something going on that we can't see somehow, that when they just put it up in the air, it just always goes in the basket. Do they have oversized baskets?
Remote controls. It would be funny if the only reason they're not in the NBA is because they're all actually coming from like prison, and they all have bad. Because you're like, these guys should be in the NBA from how well they're doing, but they all just have horrible past. They all have murder convictions.
That's how you get into the NBA. No, if you had murder convictions, you'd be in the NFL.
That is true.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a big plexiglass cone, so you just have to get the basket. You just have to get it somewhere near the basket, and it somehow magically goes in because there's a plexiglass. Yeah.
Starts moving like a basketball in Scooby-Doo.
I was just about to bring up Scooby-Doo. Man.
Dude, a lot of people are playing with like different piercings and stuff on and chains. I think that they are anyway. Maybe that's just something I'm making up.
I can't remember
sure
ever seeing
like,
anybody with a what was the dude? Gosh.
Well, didn't Michael Jordan play with his big earring in?
He had a gold earring, I remember. I don't think it was like big, but he had like a little gold hoop. I think it just barely went around his ear.
I guess they're not allowed.
Yeah, because, I mean, you'd get elbowed, even if it was unintentional. Even if it, I mean, I wouldn't, but intentionally.
It wouldn't feel great.
No, you have a, I don't know what's that called, a labre? No.
Oh, the
right on your lip
Monroe
or
one?
whatever, yeah. It looks like a Marilyn Monroe, and then you get hit, bow, ow. That's going to hurt.
Dude, I bit through my lip playing basketball in the state tournament, actually. On the jump ball, came down on someone's head and just bit through my my bottom lip. Lots of blood.
Yeah. Did you put a ring in it?
I should have. That's all I ever wanted back then. I was like, I want a lip ring and to sell my soul to the devil for play guitar better.
God gave you an opportunity and you didn't take it.
I know. Wait, did you have piercings?
No. I had my ears pierced.
No. Yes.
No, yes. Well, it's when I think of piercings, ears are like whatever. That's like nothing, you know. I had my ears done, and then I'm a Taurus, so when I was younger, I was like, I'm gonna get my nose pierced.
Oh, really?
I thought it was gonna be like I was gonna be that guy. And then I met the woman who is now my wife, and she was like, I wouldn't, you know. And I was like, well, all right.
She's like, you're my young bull, but I don't want you to be a tort.
Ooh, dang, I should have been like,
dude, I had my ears pierced. My father is a gentleman who does not like.
He wasn't excited about it?
No, he was born during World War II, so he told me that I should go get a dress too. But I was like, whatever. And then he was not happy when I came home with my ears pierced younger. And then I took my earrings out to go like swim in the river one time so I wouldn't lose them in the river. Okay. And I just had them up on the pickup dashboard or whatever. Forgot to put them back in, and then my dad went to drive the pickup and he just hit them. I came back later. I'm like, oh, I must have just wore those in the river and lost them. Turns out my dad just hit them until my ears closed. And then he's like, that's what you get for going and getting your ears
He
pierced.
gave them back to you as soon as he was out there measuring.
Yeah, he didn't tell me till like years later. I was like, those got infected because you didn't give me them back. I still have big knobs where it's like hard sanctions in my ear.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get those cut out professionally. Yeah, it's gonna cost thousands of dollars.
So thanks a lot, Dad.
Thanks, Dad, for getting my ears infected.
You don't know what's good for me, Dad. Only I do.
Only I do. Only 13-year-old me knows exactly what's good. My parents encouraged. I wouldn't say encouraged, but like my dad had earrings. He was also I'd say like part of counterculture. He would have been like the after the war, Vietnam and Korea and whatnot.
Oh.
He like had a bunch of tattoos. He was in the Navy, but he kept trying to get kicked out somehow. He was a cook or something.
Yeah, I know.
He got awarded some honor or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but it was like for somebody who's trying to get kicked out, you sure won a lot of awards for being good at what you did.
Yeah, no, my dad came straight from Germany, switched teams to America.
He peeled off the mustache and was like, I have to pretend to be American
That's the
now.
thing. He's like, they think that I killed myself in a bunker, but
Oh my God, that would be an amazing. Oh yeah, you're Adolf Hitler's kid.
after my dad dies, we start going through his stuff. It's like, my dad was Hitler.
He was the Führer. Like, oh my gosh, the kid would probably be Argentinian. And didn't he have?
Yeah, he would. But think of
What was the
I'd
name
have to
of
go
his
back.
wife? Didn't he have a wife?
Yeah, it was also his niece. I
Ava
think.
Braun.
Ava Braun. Which
That was
means-
his niece.
I'm pretty sure he married his niece. It's
You
not
can
my
do that
dad.
in
It's not my dad.
Not my dad. Not my dad.
That's actually what puts it over the line for me not to want to be Hitler's kid. It's like, wait, he married his niece? Yeah, that's a little too far for me. Everything else is fine. That's what. That'd be so ridiculous.
Oh God, Kellen sent me a snap just now. We're friends on Facebook now, so he just said hello.
Cool guy.
Yeah. Shout out to Kellen.
Oh,
If your dad was okay, let's.
If my dad was actually Hitler, and you found that out after he died, what would be the first thing that you'd do? I'd probably go try to get the rights of Mein Kampf and see where all that money was going, because that book did sell.
Yeah, but that money's already gone.
Is it?
And the book is banned, and like the money that was made from it is already spent, or in it might
Gotcha.
have gone to the estate of. But there probably is no estate of Adolf
That's
Hitler,
what I was wondering.
you know
I don't know
mean?
if they allow that.
Right. I mean, it is copyright. So
Or if like they make a movie of you, do you need to be like, hey, you didn't check with me for the rights? Like that's a weird part of law.
and actually, like, copyright law isn't the same in all countries.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of times you can. Yeah, that's why they have like Bollywood movies that are just straight American. You know,
Yeah.
like, hey, this is the Terminator. Oh, we called it Lady Terminator. But listen, I don't know what the first thing you should do is, but I think actually I do know what the first thing you should do. Change your last name. Oh man.
Yeah.
I should have put two and two together since my name is Randy Hitler. My dad had something to And actually, is there anybody with that last name out there?
I bet there is.
There's got to be. And I would assume
There's still people that like are like, no, he's from the other family. We're a proud Hitler family. We're the ones that invented like the new irrigation system in Germany that like allowed for luscious crops.
How come nobody wants to buy our Hitler irrigation systems? Have you considered that would be a good skit?
It says this seems fishy.
It's on Wikipedia.
So it says, well, actually, this is from the timesofisrael.com, so I don't know exactly how accurate everything is. Not that all three surviving brothers of Hitler still live in the small hometown of Pachog. The fact that none of the surviving brothers are married or had children raised speculation over the years, because that's what it is weird. Do you think, like, why would Hitler be the only one of his brothers that actually got married? Something's weird around there. Everyone got married back in those days.
Even Ava Braun. It
Yeah.
says here that there's 5 members of Hitler's family.
Well, I read the wrong. That's why I said maybe you shouldn't listen to the first article that I read.
Is Hitler's house? Who's Adolf Hitler's great-grandson? Oh, God. Louis Alexander and Bryant Stewart Houston, the last descendants of... They live outside of the suburbs of New York.
His last name is Houston?
We have a problem. Oh, all their last names are Stewart Houston. So Louis, Alexander, and Brian Stewart Houston, the last descendants of Hitler. They live in New York. A German publication called Bild, B-I-L-D. They tried to talk to him. I don't know if it was fruitful or not, but
it's nice. There's another article called "The Hitler Family is Alive and Well." Sometimes you got to watch what you are.
How you post your
how you post your articles.
But also you
think
post that and they're like, "What?" You click it.
That is true.
Clickbait. Hitler's family.
I wonder if that is one of those things. You think at some point his family was like, maybe you should stop this. Like, I don't know if they had his back through
I don't
all
think.
of it.
Okay. Kim Jong-un, right? Isn't that it? Kim Jong-il? Kim Jong. The guy from Korea.
Yeah. I think it's ill now.
Is he?
Ill is in super sick.
Super sick. I-double-L. Didn't he like kill his uncle? For
Yeah,
being,
I think he had like everyone.
Yeah.
It's those areas.
Like, hey, I don't think you should invade. Never mind.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you probably have full family support when you're that crazy.
I think that's like I can't remember the name of a movie, but there's a kid who has like some sort of telepathic powers, and if they don't give him what he wants, he does some evil stuff to them. But it's not like he's a bad kid; he just is a kid. So like, he's like, I want some orange juice, and the mom's like, you can't have any orange juice, and then he just turns her into a glass of orange juice. I can't remember what the movie is, and it's not like there's no scene like that, but it was
I was
kind
gonna
of.
say if that's an actual scene.
And then he drinks his mom, who is the orange juice. Nope, it's not like that. But everybody's super afraid of the kid.
Is that the one where he like turns into a superhero thing, kinda? I forget.
No, that's Megamind.
He makes his mom's. He turns blue and has a huge head. He makes his mom's hair fall out and grow back. That is, dude, as a kid, if you had those powers as a kid, there's like a certain age where you need to get your powers. Because if you have your powers as a kid, you're actually going to do like mean things that you don't know are going to be reversible. But then
Yes.
like because then you're like, you need a mom. You can't just like send her away with your powers. But if you like made her hair fall out, and then you could grow it back, that would be a good thing. But it's like, Mom, you didn't get me my orange juice quick enough. I'm going to make your hair fall out for a week. But at the same time, it seems like you'd probably have the powers to deliver yourself orange juice quicker.
Yeah.
Like,
But little kids don't think like that. Like, I could have got the orange juice. Aw.
that is a funny thing to just be able to do anything you want and just get mad at your parents for it.
For not being able to do it as fast as you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are some stuff, man. I can't believe. You do have to get your powers at a certain age, because if you don't, yeah, you're gonna do goofy things. You're gonna blow up stuff. You're gonna become an evil person before you even know what an evil or good person is.
That is true. What age do you think you should get your superpowers? And is it before or after the age that you can vote?
Oh, it's before. I think most of the time, like you got to be 21 to vote, 18 to vote, right?
Yeah.
So I think most of the time you have like in the comic books and stuff, superhero stuff comes about through like puberty.
Yeah.
Basically. Like if you're born with it, not in the case of like Deadpool, who was given it, whatever. But like, yeah, most of those people don't become a superhero or whatever it is until their teenage years.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're Clark Kent, then you're lifting up cars.
Yeah. That would actually probably be different things that hit the ballot. It'd be like, should we change the voting age to after you get your superpowers or before?
Well, then, I mean, I don't think it would matter, because there would be some person who would have superpowers, and then everybody would be afraid of them. Like, there'd be like a Superman, like if there's all kinds of superpowers, like what were we talking about the other day? Like,
that is true. We're actually
superpower.
just getting around to discussing the TV show The Boys in our roundabout way.
New season coming out June 16th. It's not. I don't know what it is.
So, it's something like that.
It's coming up pretty soon. But yeah, there's people who have goofy superpowers. Like I think it was you and I and somebody else. We were talking about like you could reach and grab something, but your arm just stayed as long as it was.
It doesn't come back.
You're like not even Elastic Man. You just reach out and
You're literally just a Stretch Armstrong. Well, Stretch Armstrong even retracted.
You'd be a broken Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah. Imagine just walking around. Or you'd just have to continually stretch out the rest of your body, too, until you're minute bull.
Well, that's what I'm like. That if you did it when you were a little kid, you're like, I want those scissors at Timmy's desk. And you're like, "Brrrt." And then you grab those scissors, but now the scissors and your hand is way down there.
Yeah.
But you can't bring it back. So now you have to grow your body to fit your other arm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have one short arm and one really long arm.
Or you just keep tying your one arm in knots so that it keeps lowering.
You can't because of circulation. That would be the worst.
Well, there goes. Sorry that in this stretchy universe that there's still circulation works exactly the same.
People are driving over your arm on accident. Like, oh, sorry, Gary. Because your name's Gary. Gary Stretch Arms.
That's exactly what your buddy next door called you. That sounds like a mob name. That's not going to be your actual superhero name. Stretch Arms.
Hey, Stretch Arms.
Yay, yo, Stretch Arms, come over here. Stretch Arms, you don't have the money by the end of the week, we're going to have a problem.
Okay. Now you're not strong enough to pick up your whole entire arm because it's so long.
Yeah.
The muscle mass isn't enough. You didn't work out enough, and now you can't.
Then you're lanky no mass.
Lanky no mass. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time.
That was not a good one.
But I also hate it. I also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the boys, huh?
So the boys.
Saturdays for the boys.
Saturdays are for the boys.
Do we have any shows coming up this Saturday?
I was thinking about that. I don't think that there's comedy shows. Fargo, North Dakota. Not this weekend. It's not looking like. But next week, Joey Avery and Ethan Peterson are.
Yeah, that's for. I think I have to go to the Friday show on that one. My birthday's on Saturday.
Ooh, what are you gonna do for your birthday?
I don't know. Probably just get drunk. Probably wake up in a gutter. I hope.
Nice. I hope you do that too.
I hope I wake up. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm in a gutter.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, Joey Avery's gonna. Maybe I can get him to call in next week and be the guest. We'll see.
Ethan Peterson would.
Oh yeah, we could have a couple people. I'll be featuring for Mike Brody at the Hall at Fargo Brewing.
Oh, that's
that
right.
Weekend on your birthday.
I know.
That's the best birthday present that you ever could have had, is for me to have a show somewhere. So if you get tickets for that, people, you can hear me say 20 minutes of dumb stuff.
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. I was
wow.
my first ever paid show was on my birthday.
Really?
Yep. First time. Actually, you know it's. Nope. No, I did get paid. No, I didn't get paid. Because the feature gets paid, and I was just like, I did a quick guest set.
Yeah.
But it was my birthday. But nobody knew it was my birthday. They just said, hey, you want to do the guest set? And I was like, my first ever
Birthday
guest set.
present
And
enough.
it's like, yeah. I was like, hey, sweet.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I'm going to make merch for this weekend to sell, or for next weekend.
What are you going to make?
I'm just going to have birthday cakes for Marquay's birthday.
It's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of...
And no one's going to buy it?
Yeah,
and
you're
I'm
going to
just
have
gonna-
a lot of extra cakes.
Yeah. Full cakes, too, not even just cupcakes.
Okay, real quick, let me ask you this. Did you ever have at your school, my school was huge on it, and I loved doing it. It was like the only thing I did at our school fairs or whatever. They had something called a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. People would make cakes, buy cakes, whatever, and there'd be a table full of cakes, and you just walk around in a
ruled.
circle. Yeah, dude. And I spent Like if I got 10 tickets that day, I spent 10 of them in the cakewalk.
I don't think I ever. Yeah, dude, there are times I had like 4 cakes, and they were hefty cakes. That wasn't, dude. That is true. We had that for like a fundraiser for the school that I went to when I was young. I don't think I ever heard of anyone else that had a cakewalk. That rules.
Oh no, cakewalks were the best, and it didn't. Honestly, it never made much sense to me because I was like, how do you lose in this game?
Well, only one person wins the cake, right?
At a time. Yeah. There's 10, 15 spots, right? And then they pull your number, and if you're standing on, you know how cakewalks work. The general public doesn't. They're like, what the heck?
Come on,
is
you know how
cakewalk?
cakewalks work.
Yeah, right. Well, if you don't know, there's, let's say, 20 squares on the floor, and they kind of go in like a circle or a rectangle, if you will, and then you walk around them. You move one spot at a time when they call the thing, and then if they stop and they call number 20 gets a cake, and you're standing on number 20, you get a cake. Now, at the end of the night, because they could never go through all the cakes that people brought, you could leave with 12, 15 cakes if you wanted to. There was a time actually, it was like a monumental moment in my life because I did have like 4 store-bought cakes that I was walking out. Well, one was not store-bought, but I was walking out holding these cakes, and some kid was like, "Geez, look at all those cakes. Are you going to eat all those?" And I was just like, no, I'm not going to eat 4 cakes, all right? I just got 4 cakes. You know? Like right now I have them. I might not in an hour. I'm going to give them to my friends, and they're going to be like, "Where'd you get a whole cake?" I'm going to say, it cost me $3 at the cakewalk.
That's what I say when I see Disney Pixar movies.
Dang, this is incredible. Where'd you get all that cake?
Okay. Woo, that was a good ending. Thanks for awesome, guys. You've been listening. You've been listening to Blaise Kautzman and Marquay Belcher talking about cool stuff again.
Cake, Hitler, basketball.
Cake Hitler basketball. And that's
that could be the title.
That might be.
Well,
awesome. Yeah.
Basketball Hitler cake.
Yeah, Marquay's got a standing invitation to come in whenever he wants, so you'll probably hear him pretty frequently on here. Oh. Anywho.
It's magic, you know.
I've never believed it's not so.
Most of the time I don't know the words. I just make up some.
Sam. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Well, guys, you have a good rest of your Tuesday. Like I said, get tickets for Mike Brody's show next weekend at the Hall. That's going to be super fun. I'm going to feature. I'm going to have a super awesome time. Mike's the man. He's super funny. And then,
True.
or Joey Avery and Ethan Peterson will be at the Cellar next weekend. So get tickets to that, frontstreettaproom.com. And you guys have a good one. We will see you next week. Toodaloo.
Bye. Oh, that was the...